Hello. Welcome to the Goods. I know that you have been looking at us wearing our Fly Goods podcast gear and wondering where can we get those. Well, guess what? We have the answers for you. We have it here, Teespring. Go to Teespring and you will find all of this glorious merchandising, from t-shirts to mugs to, well, there's other toys, but we can't talk about that now. Go to Teespring, enjoy our memorabilia. And we're back, all Flash.
No substance.
So
weird to do it.
We're together. We're back.
We're back.
We're back. Is in the dual role here.
I know.
I've gotten a lot of shit too.
You've gotten a lot of shit. I'm the one that don't like. It's like my black face is just not good enough for you people. But that's cool. That's fine. He's back here now.
Yes, we're back now. We're gonna freaking we're gonna do this top 5 because you know what? This top 5 actually means a lot to me. And that's because this guy is one of my heroes, he's a legend, and he's an icon, he's everything. He's a freaking comedic genius. And Ghostbusters is coming out.
Yes.
You know, Afterlife is gonna be coming out. So what better freaking person to honor in our top 5 than the great Bill Murray?
I almost feel I can hear his lounge singer version of Star Wars. Star Wars! Did you ever see that skit on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Oh god, I loved it.
All right, well let's go. Terrence, go first.
All right, so I feel like I'm just gonna hit the hits. I'm gonna do the hits. So
you're gonna do this. You're gonna go for the karaoke. You're not gonna go for the freaking songs that.
There's no substance. There's no substance to my top 5 list. It's all Flash. It's all Flash in my top 5 list. All right, so number
5.
All right, so it was a little toss up, but I built this list based on substance versus how much I really liked the film. So I actually went number 5, Zombieland. In Zombieland, for Bill Murray, even though I love his part in Bill Murray in Zombieland, it was in essence a cameo, right? Mm-hmm. It was an
outstanding.
It was a
cameo.
surprise freaking cameo.
I think that he actually made our top 5 cameos.
Yeah, he did. Look, Bill Murray, when he appeared, stole the movie. When he actually appeared, and literally he appeared as himself. If there was a zombie apocalypse, this is what Bill Murray would do. And that's what made it hilarious, because you know what, he probably would do this.
He's dressed like a zombie. He's not shopping.
It's like, have you been out on the greens? It's just nobody there. It's just play all you want to. That's what I would expect Bill Murray to do. So it was an amazing cameo. It was hilarious. It's so much, and if you haven't seen Zombieland, that when he absolutely dies in the cameo in the film, you're like, they can't even take it seriously because Bill Murray's so damn hilarious. It was like, he still gets you. Well, that's why number 5.
Number 4!
So number 4, this is a film, actually, this is probably one of the first films I saw of Bill Murray, but didn't realize who Bill Murray really was until Ghostbusters had come out. And this is not Ghostbusters, obviously. So it's Stripes.
Okay.
So having him be in the military and kind of being like a goof off and like not really respecting anything, I thought it was a fun, entertaining movie and stuff like that. And I really didn't know who Bill Murray was at the time, and I was just kind of like, oh, this is great. And then Ghostbusters came out, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I love this movie. I love this guy as an actor. But it kind of followed a lot of things like your Gomer Pyle, your Hogan's Heroes and stuff like that. But the film was entertaining, and he totally like led and controlled it. Like, it made me really take notice of who Bill Murray was as an actor, as a comedic actor. This is I don't want to say breakout role, because the breakout role was Ghostbusters, but this is one of the ones where
you really think so?
What, Ghostbusters was a breakout role?
You think Ghostbusters was a breakout role?
I think Ghostbusters was a breakout role.
Okay.
I think Ghostbusters was a breakout role. Okay. But Stripes is a great movie.
Okay. Number 3!
Number 3! Christmas is in the air. But that's not what we're talking about. We're gonna go Groundhog Day.
It's a holiday.
It's a holiday film, so it's about groundhogs. It's about like how many more days of winter, but it's also kind of stuck in a time loop where it's one of the things where I feel like movies kind of stole this trope, and kind of like every movie that we see that kind of does this, where they get stuck on a day we always refer. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day, or they did their Groundhog version of this particular movie.
So kind of like everything was Die Hard on a battleship, Die Hard on a bus, Die Hard on a.
This is Groundhog on a whatever.
This is Die Hard, but Groundhog Day.
This is Groundhog Day on whatever.
This is the reference point for every freaking repeated movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Groundhog Day, Groundhog's an amazing movie because it gets to a point where like he's doing this news segment, and for about Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog that they normally do to do the whole groundhog if there's going to be more winter, and then he gets stuck on this day in this town that he didn't want to be.
Which he doesn't even want to be there. Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't want to be there, yeah. And it's like hell for him. And like every day he keeps trying to figure out how, like Happy Death Day is the other fucking Groundhog Day, and it's like he like trying to figure out how to get out of it. So much to the fact that he'd rather die than be stuck on this day in this town over and over again.
And not even that works.
And then he accepts it, and then becomes a better person for accepting it. It's like that's why I really loved it. It's like it has a building on a character, and Bill Murray sells it all from every bit, from when he like just wants to die to where like he totally owns the day and just learning more about people. And I'm totally spoiling the movie if you have never seen it, so I'm gonna stop right there.
It's a movie from the 80s. I think they've seen it.
Like, so if you haven't seen it, that's your fault. So but it's a great film. It's a great film. If you need to see a Bill Murray film and you haven't seen it, definitely watch that.
Okay.
All right. Number two. I think this is gonna shock people. Ghostbusters.
Why is that gonna shock you?
Because I felt everybody would have thought Ghostbusters would have been my number one.
Okay.
But we already know what my number one is. Okay. So Ghostbusters. So this is Bill Murray's breakout role. This is like
to you.
I feel like to the rest of the world. This is Bill Murray's breakout role.
It's not. But go ahead.
This is Bill Murray's breakout role. Where like you get to see him. I mean, he's still wisecracking. That's kind of Bill Murray doing his Bill Murraying. Because we always say Will Smithing it up, Bill Murraying it up. So
Kevin Hart it up.
Yeah, it's like, so this is kind of him doing his thing, but in a cast of like different personalities, it fits so well. It's like he's the wise ass, there's your nerd person, there's your kind of in between, and then you got your black guy. So, but it was perfectly cast, even though we didn't get Eddie Murphy for Winston. It was perfectly cast, and he like I said, we like about stealing every scene and kind of taking over a film.
I think
movie about 4 individual characters.
I think he did steal that movie.
I mean, he totally stole that movie. That movie became all about Bill Murray. After you watched it, that's all really anybody could think about. That's why I say it's his breakout role. Anybody could think about Ghostbusters is Bill Murray playing Peter Venkman. He had all of the great one-liners. He had all the best scenes in it. Outside of the whole thing with Egon doing this. He had all the best scenes. I love that part when Egon does that. It's my favorite Egon scene. But he had all the best scenes. He had all the best lines, and I feel like this was Ghostbuster.
Okay. So like Bad Boy,
this is Bad Boys 2. Bad Boy.
Bad Boy. It was all Will Smith. All right, I'm curious now.
No!
Number one.
I can't believe you don't know what number one is.
It's Scrooge.
It's Scrooge. I love Scrooge so much.
Yep.
I cannot go a Christmas without watching Scrooge. And I felt like outside of the Muppets Christmas Carol and having Uncle Scrooge play
Scrooge McDuck
playing the Ebenezer Scrooge. Outside of that, this is the best interpretation of Ebenezer Scrooge ever.
Even George C. Scott from high school, and you used to watch high school
ever, because for the time it came out in the 80s, so it's like it was set in the 80s, and it's very 80s,
and it does make our top 5 holiday films.
Yeah, it's very 80s, but if you kind of can let go like the backdrop and like the technology that's going on in the film, this movie is so hilarious. And if you needed to see, because I feel like everybody who does Ebenezer Scrooge does a slightly different interpretation of it, but it's all the same character. And this is about like, hey, what if there was this really cheap, like penny pitching, like studio exec or like TV show exec or TV channel exec that really hated Christmas but knew it made money, and how would he go about it and having to deal with these whole things?
Staple antlers to the mice.
Yeah, seeing the personal things in his life and what made him that particular person. This movie is great, and I wish they showed it more, and I wish I didn't have to look it up every time I wanted to watch it for Christmas. I wish they showed it more throughout history or Every holiday, every Christmas holiday, I really wish they showed it more.
Okay.
Kind of like what they show Home Alone
or Christmas Carol
or Die Hard.
Christmas Story.
That was for you, Art.
or Christmas Story,
yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
Scrooge should really be up there as far as Christmas movies, and I feel like it gets forgotten.
Okay.
All right, that's my top 5.
All right, my number 5.
All right.
I'm gonna shock you on this one.
It's Scrooge.
It's Lost in Translation.
Okay, so I never saw Lost in Translation.
Good freaking movie. I think honestly.
That's when he goes to Japan, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Washed up actor, movie star. He trying to do this commercial, and you kind of like, you see a side of Bill Murray where there's so much vulnerability there, especially when he interacts with Scarlett Johansson, a young Scarlett Johansson.
Like following the Prestige, Scarlett Johansson?
No, way before Prestige.
Really?
But yeah, she's a little girl. She's like 13 or 14,
okay.
Maybe a little after Ghost World. Remember that one? I think Ghost World with Laura Birch. Anyway, but yeah, so but he plays it, man. Like I've never seen Bill Murray act like that, before. Once he started getting into the Wes Anderson films, like freaking Royal Tenenbaums and freaking Life Aquatic and all of those. I think probably Lost in Translation is where it started. But he gave such a great performance in that, nominated for an Oscar for it too. Yeah, you just can't forget. Like, as from an acting standpoint and how good he was in that film, I had to put it in the top 5.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Number 4. Number 4 is Ghostbusters.
Wow, at number 4?
I knew I was gonna get shit for that, but that's all right.
Shocking.
Absolutely, for everything that you said. What a freaking awesome cast! And even though you have such a strong cast, which I am actually happy that Ernie Hudson got Zed Moore, because just let me finish, because I think that Ernie Hudson as an actor probably brought more to the role, and it actually gave him a spotlight. It gave him a fame. It made his name.
Yeah.
And it gave him a shot. It gave him a shot. Mm-hmm. And Eddie chose Beverly Hills Cop, so it gave us a franchise, and it gave you a freaking Axel Foley, Detroit native there, from your neck of the woods. Mm-hmm. So it was a win-win for everybody. I thought the cast was fantastic. But yes, Bill Murray stole that movie. Every damn scene that he's in is absolutely fantastic. Especially when he's shocking that guy and he's flirting with the other girl. It's freaking hilarious. I absolutely love Bill Murray in this movie.
We're paying you, right?
$5. But it was absolutely fantastic. I don't consider this his breakout role, though. I do not. But you know what? Hey, it's all right.
I feel like it was.
Don't worry about it. It's cool. Number 4 was Ghostbusters. Number 3! Number 3 was Scrooged.
Who's making your list? What is 2 and 1?
What can I say about his performance in this movie? It is flawless. It is flawless. His performance in Scrooge is absolutely flawless. But then you much like in Ghostbusters, where he's got that supporting cast, with Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson and Harold Ramis and all those guys, right? But here you got a freaking cast. Carol Kane, freaking Buster Poindexter. You got like all of these different character actors that just bring it all out. Then you got his family, his real family. You got John Murray in there, Brian Doyle Murray in there. Yeah. You have his actual family in there, and Bobcat Goldthwait, who's freaking awesome in that movie.
He's amazing in that movie. We're top 5 Bobcat Goldthwait movies.
Yeah. It's all Police Academy, but it's all right. But yeah, man, I think that he was just absolutely perfection in this movie. And yes, they should show this more. But you know what?
I have to look it up every year.
He's freaking phenomenal. So I'm gonna give that number 3. Number 2.
I already know what it is.
What is it?
Is it Kingpin?
No, Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day.
It is Groundhog Day.
So that means Kingpin's number 1.
No. I was so close. But I knew you were expecting it. That's why I didn't do it. But my number 2 is Groundhog Day, for everything that you said. And then you got Egon himself, Harold Ramis, that directed this film. And, you got a really good cast, too. Him and Andy McDowell were just awesome together.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Where is she now?
I think she's doing some TV. I think she's doing TV work now.
Oh man!
But yeah, they were great together. And as you see his progression, where he's having fun with it because he knows that he's gonna wake up and he's getting enjoyment out of dying and freaking all this. It's just freaking crazy.
When he punches the dude.
but it's just so damn funny, man. He's just freaking awesome in this movie, and you can just see that slip into madness that he goes through.
Yeah.
But it's awesome, great ending, sweet ending. So yeah, definitely Groundhog Day.
What
number
is
two.
number one?
Number one is Stripes
That's number one?
for me.
Oh my god.
All right, so here we
Blow
go.
them up in the comments, people.
Here we go.
Blow them up in the comments.
I want to say
Number one.
I want to say Stripes is his breakout role
I don't feel
because
like,
of it. Just hold on.
I felt like
You
you got
have-
played on TV a lot.
You have, which is going to be my honorable mentions, but you got Meatballs, right? And
That's
that's
my honorable
basically
mentions, too.
that's basically out of SNL.
Yeah.
And then you have Caddyshack.
Yeah.
You know, and you got those two films that were already starting to, you know, give you a little taste of Bill Murray, right? Even though he couldn't stand Chevy Chase, and that's all right.
A lot of people feel that way about Chevy Chase.
But it was Stripes where he was not a freaking character actor in this. He was not a supporting player. He was the star of this film.
Yeah, I know he was.
And how he was with, you know, him and Harold Ramis just have awesome chemistry, and you can just see the love that they have for each other as friends. You know, so it's just freaking awesome how they're dynamic. You know, how they play off of each other. But then you got legends, dude. You got John Candy in there, dude. You got freaking Judge Reinhold's in there.
Yeah.
Billy Rosewood's in there. Come on.
That's how these people all got these movies, because all the interconnectivity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because Andy was supposed to be Winston, and
To know it, I know you, and you
Judge.
know me. And it's
Hey,
like,
you know what? I know Judge Reinhold. He needs to be Billy Rosewood in your movie.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So let's. All right.
It's not
Anyway,
about what you can do, about who you know.
but my mom was in the service, right? My mom was in the
this
service
reminds you
this
of
time. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of this because I remember her taking me to see this in the drive-in, and I tried to rehearse and mimic the "That's a Fact, Jack" whole.
And that's a fact.
The whole freaking choreography of when did the chicken cross the road or whatever to get to whatever, right? That whole freaking thing I was trying to mimic, and it was just fantastic how these freaking scrubs outshined all of these polished guys, but they came in there and they freaking tore it up at the end in that freaking whole thing, you know, in the demonstration.
Yeah.
And it was just freaking flawless. And he was just so freaking perfect in this movie. And him and it kind of gave you a little bit of glimpse of what Mahoney was gonna be like in freaking Police Academy with Captain Harris, Lieutenant Harris, because the Sergeant Holka with the big toe, you know.
They what is it?
They had that dynamic together.
They actually knocked this movie off, but made like a serious version of it with Charlie Sheen called Cadence.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I was like, because I was like,
That was a good movie though.
Yeah, it was
Hey,
a good
you
movie,
got Fishburne in
but
there.
it literally was a knockoff of Stripes. It was
But
like a serious version of Stripes.
But you had PJ Souls, the girl from freaking Halloween. Yeah, she was in it. And he put the spatula while she's freaking on the stove. Remember that? That was awesome. Anyway,
I cannot believe that's your number one. Wow.
it's my number one. It's my favorite.
Wow.
There were
it
two
wasn't
films.
Kingpin. I literally thought you were gonna
There
make
were
Kingpin.
there
number
were
one.
two films that growing up when it came to the service that really stood out to me, and that was Stripes and Private Benjamin. And when you were talking about the military movies and all
Yeah.
that, Private Benjamin was the one that
Okay.
really stuck out to me because, you know, him and Goldie Hawn, like they led those films and
Yeah.
they did phenomenal in those movies. They pretty much, like, you know, the following she got after Private Benjamin was ridiculous.
And a
Same-
serious version of Private Benjamin's called G.I.
That's very true. So yeah, so Stripes is my number one, one of my favorite, or actually my favorite Bill Murray movie of all time.
We got the same honorable mentions.
Honorable
we
mentions.
got the same honorable mentions.
Go.
I put Caddyshack. I put Meatballs. Meatballs was raunchy comedy, like where I'm like, am I really supposed to be watching this? And it's like, Mom, do you watch this stuff? So I love Meatballs, and I feel like I wish that cinema would get back to, I mean, not that I need to see boobs and ass all the time, but like I kind of feel like it would get back to that fun type of, like, movie didn't have to be serious. You just kind of be kind of.
I can't even think of the last raunchy comedy. Honestly, I really.
A Hot Wet American Summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but okay.
That's probably the last one with Ant-Man.
Garofalo, isn't it?
With Ant-Man.
Isn't Garofalo in that? Janine Garofalo?
Yeah, a bunch of people in it. Stupid name.
Paul Rudd.
Thank you. Paul Rudd. That's the last time I can think of
I mean, I was
or
thinking-
if you want to count Anchorman.
I was thinking-
Well, that's not new. Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Yeah, anyway, all right, so go ahead.
So Meatballs, Kingpin, because I literally thought you were going to have it as number one on your list. And I'm only going to say this because you guys are going to put it in the comments. Space Jam. I think
He stole that too.
I think Space Jam's not that good.
All right,
Sorry,
here we
I
go.
think it's not that good.
My honorable mentions is Kingpin,
Yes.
the whole Eddie, the Big Earn, dude, just the whole thing with him and when I wake up, Big Earn's already with my mom or whatever. It's just the freaking best, dude. It was so close. I
don't know how it doesn't make your list at all.
Listen, it would have straight up been top 5, like straight up been the number 5.
Yeah.
But the only reason I didn't do it is because his performance in Lost in Translation was really good. Like it impressed the shit out of me.
Okay.
That's the only reason. I'll tell you what, 5A, 5B, those two. All right, here we go. Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
All right.
Caddyshack. I couldn't put Caddyshack on my list because the movie was about Rodney Dangerfield.
It was more about Chevy Chase.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's like, and he was just the groundskeeper. And it was a funny like little segments that kept popping up with him and a damn gopher.
He was good.
Yes, it was funny, but the movie wasn't about it.
All right. I put Zombieland.
Okay.
Ed Wood.
He was in Ed Wood.
He was in Ed Wood.
I didn't see. He was
the gay actor in it. Do you remember? He was.
I didn't actually see Ed Wood. I know about it because it's Johnny Depp. That's actually never saw it.
What about Bob? He was freaking awesome in What About Bob.
I should have put What About. I actually do like What About Bob.
Yeah, him and Dreyfuss, dude. Him and Dreyfuss are awesome together. Quick Change.
I've never seen Quick Change.
You never seen Quick Change with freaking him and Randy Quaid?
No,
tying back to Kingpin, Randy Quaid. Him, Randy Quaid, and Gina Davis, they're bank robbers. He's dressed like a clown, and then they're trying to get away, and they can't get away from they can't get away from anything, even though they're like out of their costumes and all that. Nope. Okay.
My back then, my only like kind of robbery movie was Hudson Hawk.
Oh God.
I love Hudson Hawk.
Royal Tenenbaums.
This is
the Wes Anderson film.
It's like I didn't see any of these.
Fantastic cast. Amazing cast.
As much accolades as he gets for doing these films, I didn't see any of them.
All right. And this is the last one because I thought he's just fucking. Yeah, I think he stole every scene on this one too.
Okay.
And that was Tootsie. when Dustin Hoffman, he's
I don't think I've seen Tootsie.
You've never seen Tootsie? Oh my God, this is Dustin Hoffman's best film outside of Rain Man.
I feel like if you'd have asked me before this, I'd have been like, oh yeah, I've seen Tootsie. But I'm thinking about it. I don't think I've actually seen Tootsie.
When he calls Dustin Hoffman, Dustin Hoffman, he's all, you slut. Because he's talking to two dudes.
I have never.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
I've just not realized.
I can't believe you. You gotta watch Tootsie.
I've never seen Tootsie.
It's fucking, it's the best.
I seen Meatballs. That's all.
All right, cool. Terrence, take us home.
All right, guys. Make sure you put your top 5 Bill Murray films in comments below. Excuse me. I named Space Jam, so y'all don't have to blow me up on the comments about why we didn't include Space Jam. I said it as an honorable mention.
I did not.
By the way, it's not that good. It's not. But put it on your top 5 list if you feel the need to do.
Neither is a new one.
Neither the new one's worse. But anyway, if this is the first time you're on the channel, make sure you subscribe as well as click the notification button. That way you're aware of all the other top 5s and all the other things that we do on the channel. As well as go to our merch shop. Go to teespring.com/theGoods-6/ something or other. Make sure you pick up some of our merch. Anything that you pick up from us does help the channel out. But like I've always said in all the other videos, just give us money. Go to patreon.com and donate anywhere from $1 on up. Actually, we do have tiers on there, so like you get your name mentioned in any of the videos. If you donate more, you can get I believe we have posters. We also have merch that we'll actually send out to you. So it's a 2-in-1. Give us a bunch of money, and we'll give you a T-shirt as well.
And we'll use some of that money to buy a Blu-ray so he can watch Tootsie.
I mean, is it on Blu-ray? I feel like they didn't waste their money and put it on Blu-ray.
For Aspen, Art, and Carla, wherever the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. Give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night. Or they don't have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it.